There is a beautiful truth about your life right now. You are closer to your dreams than you realize. In moments of doubt, when the road seems endless, when you wonder if your efforts matter, remember this: every thought you've shifted, every step you've taken, every time you believed in possibility, you've been moving toward your dream. You may not see the finish line yet, but it's already within reach. Today, let's open your eyes to that truth. Every desire you hold in your heart is not random, nor is it a mistake. It is a signal, a whisper from the deepest part of your soul, reminding you of what you were meant to experience in this life. When you feel a longing for more, whether it is love, success, peace, or abundance, it is not because you are lacking. It is because life is inviting you to grow into that vision. That desire is a seed planted within you by the very essence of creation, a divine idea waiting for you to nurture it. Think of a seed. When you hold it in your hand, it looks so small, so fragile, almost insignificant. Yet within that tiny seed is the blueprint of a magnificent tree, a flower in full bloom, or a garden of endless beauty. You cannot see the tree when you look at the seed. You cannot taste its fruit, but is there already encoded in its essence, waiting for the right conditions to reveal its greatness. This is exactly how your dreams work. The moment you feel that inner spark, the thought of, what if? You have received a seed of creation. You do not have to know how it will grow or what steps will lead you there. You only have to recognize that its presence within you is proof that it is possible. Too often, we dismiss our desires because they seem too big, too unrealistic, or too far away. We tell ourselves, that's not for me, or people like me don't achieve things like that. And yet, where did that idea come from? Why would you have the vision, the longing, and the fire in your heart if it were never meant for you? Life does not tease you with impossible dreams. Life does not plant seeds that cannot grow. The very fact that the desire exists inside you means it belongs to you in some form. You may not know the timing. You may not see the path clearly. But the seed is real and it is alive. When you water a seed, you do not stand over the soil demanding instant growth. You trust the unseen process. You allow the darkness of the soil to do its work. You understand that roots must form before branches can stretch toward the sun. In the same way, your desires need time, faith, and consistent nurturing. They will grow quietly at first, beneath the surface of your life, in ways you cannot yet observe. Opportunities will begin to align. People will come into your path. Resources will appear when you least expect them. But all of this happens because you allowed the seed to stay alive in your heart instead of pulling it out with doubt and fear. Every great invention, every work of art, every success story you admire began as a single thought, a seed in someone's mind. That person did not have all the answers at the start. They simply believed enough to take the first step, then the next, and the next, until what once existed only in imagination became reality. Your dreams deserve the same faith. Instead of asking, what if it doesn't happen? Ask, what if it does? Instead of thinking, it's too late, remind yourself, the timing of my life is perfect. Your role is not to force the outcome, but to keep the soil of your mind fertile with positive thoughts, to nourish your dream with inspired action, and to trust that what you desire is growing, even when you cannot see it. There will be moments of doubt. There will be times when nothing seems to move, when it feels like the dream is stuck or forgotten. But remember, the seed does not stop growing just because you cannot see it. Life works in seasons. There is a time to plant, a time to nurture, and a time to harvest. Your desire has its own season, and it will arrive exactly when you are ready to hold it. Until then, keep believing, keep imagining, Keep speaking words of life over your dream. Say to yourself, I trust the process. I know my desires are sacred. I am willing to let them unfold in perfect time. The seed within you is not ordinary. It carries your unique purpose, your unique joy, and your unique potential. You were chosen to bring it to life. So instead of doubting, start tending. Give your dream the gift of faith, the warmth of gratitude, and the water of persistence. One day you will look back and realize that what once felt so far away was always inside you, waiting for you to believe. Progress is not always visible. In fact, some of the most important changes in your life happen long before you can see any evidence of them. Just because you can't measure it yet doesn't mean it isn't real. Think about how a seed grows beneath the soil. When you plant it, nothing seems to happen for a while. The surface remains the same. Days pass, sometimes weeks, and you might be tempted to think the seed has died. But in truth, something powerful is unfolding beneath the surface. Roots are forming. Foundations are being built. Life is preparing for its first visible sign of growth. This is exactly what happens when you're moving toward your dreams. You put in the effort. You change your thoughts. You take steps forward. Yet there are moments when nothing seems to be happening. No results, no breakthroughs, no visible progress. And in those moments, doubt creeps in. You wonder if you're wasting your time. You question whether your dream is even possible. But what you cannot see with your eyes is that life is arranging things for you behind the scenes. The connections you need, the opportunities you've prayed for, the perfect timing, they are all coming together in a way that will make sense later. Just because progress is silent does not mean it is absent. The universe works quietly, like a master artist sketching the blueprint before the colors fill the canvas. Your job is not to stare at the blank page and despair. Your job is to trust the artist at work. Every single thing you do toward your dream matters, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Every time you choose a positive thought over a negative one, you shift your energy. Every time you affirm, I am worthy, you build an inner foundation strong enough to hold your blessings. Every time you take action, even a small step, you prove to life that you are serious about receiving what you desire. These things accumulate. They build momentum. But often, you only notice the results once the momentum is so strong it bursts into your reality in ways that feel sudden. Have you ever seen a bamboo plant grow? For years, it seems like nothing is happening. You water it, care for it, nurture it, and still, the ground remains bare. Then, almost overnight, it shoots up several feet. That is not magic. That is the unseen work finally becoming visible. It is the same with your dreams. The breakthroughs you long for might appear suddenly, but they are the result of everything you've been doing up until that moment. The foundation was being laid all along. This is why patience is so powerful. Impatience will have you digging up your seed, wondering if it's working, questioning the entire process. But patience says, I trust that progress is happening, even when I can't see it. That trust keeps you aligned with your desire instead of sabotaging it with fear. When you plant doubt in the soil of your mind, you slow down the growth of your dream. But when you water your vision with faith and gratitude, you create the conditions for it to flourish. The truth is, most of the miracles in your life begin quietly. The person who will open a door for you might already be thinking about you. The opportunity you've been waiting for might already be in motion. The resources you need might already be lined up. But you don't see it yet because life reveals things in perfect timing. Not when you're desperate, but when you're ready. And readiness is not about waiting for things to appear. It's about who you become in the waiting. Are you building patience? Are you strengthening your belief? Are you learning to trust the process? These are the signs of true progress, because before your outer world changes, your inner world must transform. So the next time you feel like nothing is happening, remind yourself everything is happening. The silence is not empty. It is full of movement. The delay is not denial. It is preparation. You are being shaped into the person who can hold the blessing you've asked for. You're not standing still. You're growing roots. And roots are what allow a tree to stand tall through every storm. One day, the results will show up. The dream will bloom. The opportunity will arrive. And when it does, it will feel like everything happened all at once. But you will know the truth. It didn't happen suddenly. It happened silently. Every single day you believed, every single moment you trusted, every single action you took, they were the invisible threads weaving your dream into reality. So keep going. Keep nurturing your vision. Keep the faith alive. Because progress is happening right now, behind the scenes, even as you read these words. Your beliefs shape everything you experience in life. They are not just thoughts you repeat. They are the silent architects of your reality. They influence the choices you make, the opportunities you notice, and the way you interpret every event around you. What you believe about yourself and the world creates the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be, or the wall that keeps you from ever crossing over. When you dream of something greater, something beautiful and fulfilling, the dream is like a destination on the other side of a river. You can see it in your mind. You can feel it in your heart. But to get there, you need a bridge, and that bridge is built with belief. Without belief, your dream remains an image in the distance, something to long for but never touch. Belief turns imagination into experience. It's important to understand that your life right now is a reflection of the beliefs you've held for years. If you believe life is hard, you will notice the struggle everywhere you go. If you believe money is scarce, you will encounter situations that confirm it. If you believe love always ends in pain, you will find relationships that mirror that belief. This doesn't happen because the world is against you. It happens because your beliefs act like filters, letting in only what matches them. And that is why when you decide to change your life, the first step is changing what you believe to be possible. The moment you say, I can't, you close the door. The moment you say, I'm not worthy, you weaken the foundation of your dream. These beliefs don't just stay in your mind. They show up in your actions. If you believe you can't succeed, you won't take the opportunities that come your way. If you believe people can't be trusted, you won't open your heart fully to love. In this way, your beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. They limit what you allow yourself to experience. But here is the good news: beliefs are not fixed. You were not born with them. They were learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. Anything created can be recreated. You have the power to choose new beliefs today. Beliefs that build the bridge instead of destroy it. Begin with this simple truth. If the dream exists in you, the path exists for you. Say that again to yourself. If the dream exists in me, the path exists for me. Life would not give you a vision you were incapable of living. Start by asking, what would I need to believe in order for this dream to feel possible? If your dream is to find love, perhaps the new belief is, I am worthy of love, and it flows to me easily. If your dream is abundance, your new belief could be, there is more than enough, and I am open to receive it. At first, these words may feel like a stretch because your old beliefs are strong, but repetition and emotion create change. Every time you affirm the new belief, you are laying another plank on the bridge to your dream. Belief is not just repeating affirmations, It's feeling the truth of those words until they become natural. When you say, I am worthy, picture yourself living in that worthiness. When you affirm, opportunities come easily to me. Imagine the doors opening. Feel the excitement and let gratitude rise in your heart. This emotional connection speeds up the transformation of belief from thought to reality. You will notice something amazing as your beliefs shift. The same world that once seemed full of limitations will begin to feel open and abundant. Opportunities that were always there will suddenly catch your attention. People who can help you will appear. What changed? Not the world, your beliefs. They became the bridge that carried you to a new experience. Understand this, you do not have to know how everything will work out. You only have to believe that it can. Doubt will whisper, it's too hard or it's too late. Fear will try to pull you back. But remember, those voices come from old beliefs that no longer serve you. Thank them for what they taught you and then release them. You are building something new now. You are building the bridge to the life you were meant to live. So choose beliefs that empower you. Choose beliefs that open doors instead of closing them. Say to yourself every day, I trust life to guide me. I am capable. I am worthy. My dreams belong to me. Keep walking across that bridge with faith. One step at a time, and soon the dream that once felt distant will become the life you are living. One of the hardest lessons to learn on the journey toward your dreams is to let go of the need to control when things happen. We live in a world that values speed. We want instant results, instant gratification, and instant success. But life doesn't always work on our schedule. It works on divine timing. Perfect, unseen, and often beyond our understanding. When you try to control the timing, you create frustration, resistance, and unnecessary stress. But when you release that urge and trust the process, you open the door for miracles to happen. Think about nature for a moment. Every season has its time. You cannot force winter to turn into spring overnight, no matter how much you demand it. The flowers bloom when the earth is ready, when the conditions are perfect. A farmer does not plant seeds in the morning and expect a harvest by evening. They understand that growth takes time. Roots must form before the fruit appears. The same is true for your dreams. They are growing even when you cannot see them, and rushing the process will not make them appear any faster. In fact, it often delays the outcome because impatience creates tension, and tension blocks the flow of good into your life. The need to control timing comes from fear, the fear that if it doesn't happen now, it might never happen. But fear is not truth. Fear is an illusion that whispers lies to keep you from trusting. The truth is, everything that belongs to you will come in the right moment. The opportunities, the resources, the relationships, they are being arranged in ways you cannot see. Your role is not to control the timing. Your role is to stay ready, stay open, and keep walking in faith. When you hold on too tightly to a timeline, you create pressure. You start asking, why isn't it happening yet? What am I doing wrong? This mindset lowers your energy, and your focus shifts from gratitude to lack. And when you focus on lack, you attract more lack. That is why so many people feel stuck. They are so focused on the absence of what they want that they forget to enjoy the process of becoming. What if, instead of demanding, you allowed? What if you woke up every day and said, I trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. I am exactly where I need to be right now. Imagine how much lighter you would feel. Imagine the peace that would wash over you. When you stop wrestling with time, you free yourself to live fully in the present. And it is in the present moment that the most beautiful opportunities often appear. Not when you're tense and impatient, but when you're calm, open, and aligned. Letting go of control does not mean doing nothing. It means taking inspired action without forcing outcomes. It means doing your part. Planting the seeds, nurturing them with faith, and then stepping back to let life do its part. You don't have to push the river to flow. It flows naturally when you stop trying to dam it with your doubt. Sometimes delays are not denials. They are protection. That job you didn't get might have been the wrong fit. That relationship that didn't work out might have saved you from heartbreak. Timing is not just about what you want. It's about what you're ready to handle. Life knows the full picture. You only see one piece of the puzzle, but the universe sees how everything connects. Trust that it knows the perfect moment to deliver what you've asked for. The irony is that when you release control over timing, things often happen faster. Why? Because you're no longer resisting. You've stepped into the flow instead of fighting against it. And in that state of trust, you become a magnet for the very things you desire. So take a deep breath right now and let go of the clock in your mind. Stop measuring your worth by how quickly things happen. Your dreams are not late. You are not behind. Life is not punishing you. Everything is working out for you in ways you will soon understand. Say to yourself, I trust the timing of my life. I do not rush what is meant for me. I am patient, I am calm, and I know that all good things are coming to me now. When you truly believe this, the waiting will no longer feel like a burden. It will feel like preparation. You will stop counting the days and start living them. And when the day comes, when your dream finally arrives, you will realize it happened at the perfect time, in the perfect way, better than anything you could have planned. Sometimes we become so focused on what we have not yet achieved that we forget to honor how far we have already come. It's easy to look at the distance between where you are and where you want to be and feel discouraged. But take a moment to turn around and look back. There was a time when the life you are living right now was just a dream. There was a time when you prayed for the opportunities you have today. The very things you take for granted now were once things you longed for. That is progress. That is growth. And it deserves to be celebrated. Life is not a race to the finish line. It is a journey made up of small steps, little victories, and lessons learned along the way. Yet so often, we only measure our worth by the big milestones. The job, the house, the relationship, the achievement. When those take time to appear, we start believing we are failing. But success is not only about the big moments. It's about the courage it took to start. It's about the times you kept going when you wanted to give up. It's about the strength you showed in moments no one else saw. That matters more than you know. Think about the challenges you have overcome, the heartbreaks you thought you would never heal from, the fears you faced when everything felt uncertain, the nights you cried and still woke up determined to keep moving forward. That is strength. That is progress. You may not give yourself credit for it, but you should. Because every single challenge you have endured has shaped you into the person you are today, stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Take a deep breath and let that sink in. You have already survived the hardest days of your life. The proof that you can handle what's ahead is in the fact that you are still here, still standing, still trying. That is something to be proud of. The next time you feel like you're not where you want to be, remind yourself of where you started. You have climbed mountains that once seemed impossible. You have grown through seasons you thought would break you. And you have done it all without seeing the full picture, without knowing how it would turn out. That is courage in its purest form. Progress is not always visible day by day. Sometimes it shows up in the way you think now compared to a year ago. the way you love yourself more deeply, the way you say no to what doesn't serve you, the way you set boundaries where before you had none. These quiet shifts are evidence of transformation, and yet we often overlook them because we are too focused on the destination. But the truth is, if you only celebrate the end result, you miss the beauty of the becoming. Gratitude is the key to recognizing how far you've come. When you take time to appreciate your own growth, something shifts inside you. Instead of feeling behind, you start feeling empowered. Instead of thinking, "I'm not there yet," you begin saying, "Look at what I've done already." Gratitude turns frustration into fuel. It gives you the strength to keep going because you realize you're not starting from zero. You're building on everything you've already achieved. So pause right now and acknowledge yourself. You've learned lessons that will carry you forward. You've gained wisdom that no one can take away. You've developed resilience that will help you face any challenge ahead. You are not the same person you were a year ago or even 6 months ago. You've grown in ways you may not even recognize yet. And that growth matters because it's preparing you for everything you've been asking for. The truth is, the gap between where you are and where you want to be is smaller than you think. You are closer than you realize. But to see that, you have to stop looking only at the distance ahead and start honoring the distance behind. Every step you've taken has brought you closer. Every lesson you've learned has positioned you for what's next. You are not stuck. You are progressing every single day. So the next time doubt creeps in and tells you you're not moving fast enough, remind yourself of this: I am further than I was yesterday. I am becoming the person who can hold my dream. I honor my journey. And I trust that every step is leading me to something beautiful. When you live in that awareness, the waiting feels lighter. The journey feels meaningful. And you begin to see the truth. You are already a success because you kept going, and you are so much closer to your dream than you think. If you want your dream to become reality, you must start living as if it is already yours. This is not about pretending or forcing something that isn't real. It's about aligning your energy, your thoughts, and your actions with the version of yourself who already has what you desire. When you act as if your dream has already manifested, you create the vibration that draws it to you. You step into the feeling of abundance, love, success, or peace before it physically arrives, and that energy becomes a magnet for everything you want. Most people do the opposite. They wait until the dream arrives before they feel joy, confidence, or gratitude. They think, "I'll be happy when I have the job," or "I'll feel abundant when the money comes," or "I'll love myself when the right person appears." But this thinking delays everything because it comes from a place of lack. The universe responds to your dominant energy, and when your energy says, "I don't have it yet," that's the reality you keep experiencing. Acting as if shifts that energy. It says, "I already have what I desire," and that state of being attracts more experiences that match it. Ask yourself, how would you think, feel, and act if your dream was already here? If you were living in the home of your dreams, how would you wake up each morning? If you were in the loving relationship you want, how would you carry yourself throughout the day? If you were financially free, how would you make decisions? Begin embodying that now. You don't need the physical thing to start living in the energy of it. You can choose those feelings today. This doesn't mean going out and spending money you don't have or pretending to be something you're not. It means shifting your inner world first. For example, if your dream is abundance, start acting like someone who trusts there is always enough. That might look like giving generously, even if it's just a smile, a compliment or a small gesture, because abundance is not only about money, it's about the flow of energy. If your dream is love, treat yourself the way someone deeply loved would be treated. Take yourself out, speak kindly to yourself, and fill your life with things that make you happy. When you act from that energy, you radiate confidence and joy, and that naturally attracts more of the same. Visualization is one of the most powerful ways to act as if. Spend a few minutes each day closing your eyes and imagining your dream in vivid detail. Feel it in your body as if it's real right now. If it's a new home, picture walking through the rooms, touching the walls, smelling the air. If it's financial freedom, imagine paying bills with ease and watching your bank balance grow. If it's a loving relationship, feel the warmth of that connection. The mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality. It responds to the feeling. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes to live in that vibration. Another way to act as if is through your words. Speak as though your dream is already unfolding. Instead of saying, "I hope it happens," say, "I am so grateful it's happening now." Instead of saying, "Someday I'll have it," say, "It is already on its way to me." Words carry energy, and when you choose language that affirms your desire as present, you reinforce that belief within yourself. There will be moments when your current reality doesn't match the vision. That's okay. Acting as if is not about denying where you are. It's about refusing to let where you are limit what you believe is possible. Keep your eyes on the vision, even when the evidence hasn't shown up yet. Remember, everything is created twice, first in your mind, then in the physical world. The more real it feels in your mind, the faster it becomes your reality. So start today. Choose one thing you can do to live in the energy of your dream. Maybe it's dressing the way you would if you felt confident. Maybe it's setting your table beautifully, even if you're eating alone, because that's what someone living in abundance would do. Maybe it's speaking affirmations like, "I am worthy," "I am ready," "I am living my dream now." These small actions send a powerful message to your subconscious mind and to the universe. I believe. And belief is the bridge that makes everything possible. The truth is, your dream is not waiting for you. It's waiting for you to become the version of yourself who is ready to receive it. Acting as if is how you close that gap. When you live as though it's already yours, you align your energy with the outcome, and life responds to that alignment. Before you know it, what you once imagined will become what you're living. And when it does, you'll look back and realize it all began the moment you decided to feel it, believe it, and act as if it was already true.